offering. Yeah. Give me any business offering.
You can sell my software.
I can sell your software. How many of you would be buying a software?
For what?
For what?
Software.
Please answer. I'm getting the conversation.
We sell software for logistics.
Logistics. How many of you are looking for a logistics software? Oh,
Yeah.
boss, you got 5 leads.
Wow.
1,000 rupees per lead.
Bonus. Ratan is going to give a bonus today.
No, I will take it. 1,000 rupees per lead. This exactly is a business on online. Isn't it?
Where are my cards?
No, you guys give me a card, sir. Right. Okay, coming back to it, you got 5 people here. So work that out. So if it, come on, who are the 5 people who are looking at logistics software? Look at them right, and you will not get an opportunity again. Okay. So you got the customers. Now let's start selling. So if they were business offering, your business offering is required. What are the things that you want to do now? Now you got 5 people. How do you identify who they are? What do you want to do? Let's quickly do. If I were to be you, I would quickly note down who they are. Whenever I get the break, I will take their cards. If they don't have a card and they don't want to give you, I will plead. I would use all my emotions, behavior to get it, and I will send them an email, talk to them. Now that you know, you would need to understand it's a B2B. So you need to understand what they like. You need to understand what the business requirements are. Because it's a software, you need to see what is that they're doing right now for the same pain or pleasure that they have, so that you can replace your software with them. Am I doing any e-marketing right now? No. I need to go through all these motions. And if all 5 of them are on Facebook, and let's say these 5 are in the room, there are 50,000 outside, and you realize that all of them are on Facebook, then you decide doing a Facebook marketing. Not because everybody is there, I want to get onto Facebook. The good thing about social media e-marketing is if you create a small niche of your own where people come and converse with you, which is like a shop, the more people come to you, talk to you, and respond to them, these conversations will pull in a lot more people in. Okay? How did you start? By understanding the customer, what their online behavior is, and what I could do. Am I making sense? Let's take another business offering. So, if you're serious, you should pay me 5,000 bucks.
It's pay-per-click. Sorry,
Oh,
pay-per-conversion.
pay-per-click, okay, 100 rupees per piece. CPC, 500 rupees. Okay. Apparels? So whom do you sell it to? Old people, tall people, short people?
25 to 35.
No, answer my question, no? Tall people, short people?
What fit?
What fits you have? Medium, small?
We have all the fits, range from the smart to
I can tell you this, being short, little puny, small size apparels are not available.
we have.
You might have, but I'm telling you, I go to buy a trouser, I don't get it. I take the guy 34-inch and I cut it off to wear the trouser. Big problem. If you look at apparels, don't say apparels. You say, I will sell white lingerie to people. You need to get specific. You can't say 34 to, what's the age group that you said?
25 to 35.
25 to 35, you got everybody there. Married, unmarried, getting married, not happy married.
40 to 3 married.
No, until and unless you get there, and in that there is obese, non-obese. Chennai guy would look like a different apparel than a Bombay guy. You need to get to specifics there. Without that, you won't be able to. Let's say you are apparels, and you went ahead and say, buy apparels. You spend it on search, email, display, social media, 1 lakh each, 4 lakhs down. You got a little bit of traction because somebody clicked on it, you're happy, but at the end of the 3rd month, 12 lakhs is out. You would realize that shit, online marketing doesn't work. You need to get specific to the target audience. If you were to be selling apparels, you figure out, look, every trouser that you sell, is a unique product to a unique guy. That's how you wanted to look at it. In fact, you would be able to. If I want to sell 400 units, you need to figure out where these 400 units will come from. Which tactic would give me? What kind of marketing communication would I do? So if you look at it, e-marketing is all about executing the entire DIDA that I said. This is a DIDA approach, Here, the action options, desired options, and this is where it comes in. But if you don't have this with you, which is when I talked about making a business plan, business specific, customer specific, market specific, competition specific. If you don't have all that, for example, it's like the Axis badge saying that convenience backing ATMs all over the place. 2013 January Act. Does it make sense to you guys at all? That could be a communication in 2006. Don't do a dark marketing communication. So you need to figure out who your customer is. Then you would be able to figure out which channel, what communication that I can give. Am I making sense? I'm not here to entertain, by the way. This is a classroom. I want you to learn something out of it.
Talking about channels, you mentioned Facebook.
Yes.
With Facebook, there's always the issue of the frame of mind of people who enter the Facebook universe, and how prone they are, how predisposed they are to buying. Actually, what would you say to that?
Oh, Facebook works wonders.
Yes.
Yes. In fact, I'll tell you. I'm giving you again. I'll give you my experience. You take extrapolate it. Google gave me about 100 clicks at a cost of $18 per click. You do the math, how much it cost me. I got from Facebook for the same campaign 500 clicks at 100 rupees.
Total.
You know why? I was very specific in terms of what I wanted. If a conventional Facebook marketer would have done 3-4 campaigns, I would have done 240 campaigns for it. Meaning I've set it up saying that it's 17 to 21 people in Udaipur, I want to show this ad. And I'm talking about Udaipur store. People will click on it. If it is a Bombay store, who would click on it? I'm showing the ad. And Google charged me on CPM. Cost per 1,000 impressions. Money is gone. But here, at least I'm showing there's something called opportunity to see. There's something called opportunity to show. If I'm showing an ad to someone which is not relevant and contextual, you will not get the engagement. So the biggest problem, as I was talking about the April example, is that you use e-marketing in a very shoddy way. You track, analyze, optimize very shoddy way and say it doesn't work. And that's where the budgets go somewhere else. A lot of hope, a lot of opportunity. You don't be angry with me. Okay? You can actually work on that. Next is, okay, I got the guy, I got him interested, and the Udaipur store that I have, what is my engagement? Let me give you another example. Insurance, by the way, insurance, how many of you are selling insurance here? Oh my God, okay. Do you guys know what is the kind of premium that gets collected every year for insurance policies in India? Take a portion.
100,000 crore about.
1,000 crore?
Hundreds of
More than 1 million.
Hundreds crores?
100,000 crore.
100,000.
$25 billion.
Okay, it's 40,000 crores
Every month.
every year. 1% is good enough. Now coming back to it, when you sell insurance, let's say, I've gone ahead, I've done the best segmentation, I've done the best media plan, I've done best marketing communication, I got the click, I got his name, number and email ID. Done? What happens is, this lead sits in the server till tomorrow morning, and this is accessed by a guy who is centrally located. So he downloads all of this and looks at what is north, what is south, what is west, and segregates it. By afternoon, he does this, and he sends an email to regional manager of north, west, south, and this guy gets it the next day, and he does, okay, Chennai, Hyderabad, Bangalore. Another day happens. By the time the sales guy gets it, it's already 3.5 days. The shelf life of customer engagement is dead. Customer engagement is also very important. The right time to talk to a customer is when he wants to talk to you. So we have got another example. We had this situation where a guy comes in, puts the lead, and let's say it's 3 a.m. in the morning. Thanks to Blackberries and stuff like that, we get an email and an SMS. If it is a 3 o'clock lead, I personally call that guy or call that girl and say that That's the right time to talk because he is actually at my store, thinking about me, checking me out, and I want to. The two things that I say is, hey Swati, you just left a lead on our website. Is it a good time to talk? That girl is completely bamboozled. And if she wants to continue, I will continue. I will take a permission from my wife though. But if she doesn't want to, is it a good time for me to call tomorrow? Now what happened? The customer high strategy happened, the conversation is already done. I'm moving on to the third stage. The next thing that I need to ask is, do you want to buy my product? When do you want to buy it? The customer engagement is so important. But this is another puzzle piece that not many people get it right. Okay? We talked about it. So if you are advertising about awareness object, when a customer actually comes and says, hey, I already bought your product, I want to have 10 of them. I said, no, this is an awareness project, you please come back later. That's not what you say. You need to get your entire script right. Now this is where I want to introduce the concept called script. How many of you have written a script for a small drama? You are a blessed individual, gentleman. Because conversations in our life, we can only do phenomenal conversations on 5-6 topics in life. If you talk to me about luxury, I would be a dad. But on e-marketing, I can go on for the rest of the day. So coming back to it, you need to know your high strategy, you need to know your conversation, you need to know identifying intents. It's like getting the script right. If you get the script right, you know what to say to a guy who is trialing you, you know what to tell a guy who is advocating you. It's like you had been a customer with Citibank for the last 14 years and that girl calls and says, talks to you as if she doesn't know you. You're completely cheesed. So you need to get to understand the nuances of customer-centric plus when you're getting your script right. You need to get the script right, and it's easy to get the script right if you put your mind to it. Because the customer, you would know a customer who is interested in your product. Once you know that, anybody who is not talking this language is not your customer. Then you would move on with it. So, by using this integrated e-marketing funnel, you can get your script right because it's high strategy, conversations, engagement, understanding intents, and aligning intents. You with me?
Yes.
Is this funnel making a little bit more sense now? Okay. What tactics did they use? So when I looked at this lady who was having 40,000 travel, I wanted to understand. So I went ahead and implemented SEO, PPC, SMM, but I realized that most of my sales come from email. It makes sense to me to be there, right? So you need to identify the channels depending upon your consumer's online behavior. You would get a lot of data in digital marketing. You need to identify which is the data that you want to see, which is the kind of dashboard that you want to create so that you can make inferences, so that you can make action options, decide actions, and implement actions. That's how smooth it can get in. We talked about this. So this is where I bring in a new point with this for the same slide. Once you understood the consumer, you would be able to synchronize your bought media / rent media to owned media and earned media, and also make them supplementary and complementary to each other. Making sense? And therefore, whatever that you do, you know what the behavior would be. And you need to continuously be on your toes. This is a very different marketing thingy. Let's say you did a print or a TV ad. The moment your ad is gone, you can go home and have a beer. But the moment in online marketing, the moment you went live, you need to call your wife and say, look, I'm not going to come home for the next 2-3 days. Because you're looking at customer data coming in on a daily basis and you need to continuously optimize. This ad does not work. This ad is working. So I can use the same communication, another tactic. Hey, who is the guy who's doing it? There's a whole amount of process comes into the organization. But we are not connected. And therefore, this ineffectiveness, inefficiency is actually killing people's mind share on the digital space. And that's where master classes like this would help. Okay? So we also looked at it, tactic to outcome, outcome to tactic. Yeah? Again, let's look at another business outcome. Yes?
Selling glares to the consumer. The target audience is between 18 to 16.
Glares. What's the cost of the glares, sir?
anything that starts from 2,500 to 25,000 bucks, or multi-brand.
2,500 glares. So you're looking for what's the kind of a guy we're looking at? Is glares girls, boys,
Mixed everything, boys and girls.
boys and girls? So you have seasonality,
Yes.
right? You need to understand some of the customers and probably do a little research on which online tactics that I can take, or what online customer engagement that I can improve with the current business itself. You would have a lot of footfalls coming in, a lot of walk-ins. Can you take them into your online space? So I'm giving you another example. There is a boutique hotel in Bangalore. Okay? You stay there for 2-3 days. Stay might be okay, but the moment you are required to check in, there is a nice, dressed up, handsome guy who smiles at you like, wholeheartedly. The moment you come in to check out, he actually gives you a chocolate and a rose. And says, sir, thank you very much for staying with us. I'll take 10 minutes. Look at the script. Okay? I'll take 10 minutes to check you out. Meanwhile, can you check your online emails or Facebook? This is what he says. No. Can you check your Facebook or email? So he has actually put the Facebook page, login page there. So you said 10 minutes. He takes 10 minutes to check you out. In these 10 minutes, you're logged in. You're logged in. You're checking out your Facebook. And he comes back with the check and says, thank you very much, sir. And he finishes everything with you. And then he says, are you happy with your stay? What would he say? What are the probability that someone will say yes? You got a chocolate and a rose. I don't get one very often. So I said, good. Can you drop a couple of words about us on TripAdvisor? And he bends down, opens the browser and says tripadvisor.com. What happens? You're already logged into Facebook. TripAdvisor picks up the login and puts your profile there, and you say good, bad, ugly, whatever. And he's standing next to you. You can't really say something bad. That's it. How did he come to know? He realized that all guys who are coming new are coming because TripAdvisor was getting the guy. Now he completely onto TripAdvisor. And the same guy, you go to him and say, I am not happy with this biryani that you gave me. I will put a comment on TripAdvisor. He will give you 1 day stay free. Because he understands the customer voice there. No? Are you able to?
Yes.
Okay. So let's look at one more business offering. Yes.
Okay, a loan ranging from 2 lakhs to 20 lakhs.
Loan.
Loan, personal or business.
One second. Sid, how am I doing at time?
We have another 10 minutes.
Okay. So, I'm not going to do this. Sorry, 10 minutes is what he said. Ratan is here. I'll just take what are the slides that I have.
Oh, you're cutting me off. Fine.
I'm just looking at. I'm a little worried. Sid, I'm supposed to do online customer, right? Or am I doing the 5th module now?
No, fifth module will complete.
Okay. Hold on to your questions. I've got a few things. I will work on this. Okay. Now we are there. So this is where now these things would make sense to you now. When I showed this slide for the first time, you guys just looked at it. But now these slides will come alive when you're reading the statement. Right or wrong? Or you haven't read it? Yeah? They would come alive to you because of the examples which came in, and you need to go through this entirely. And this is where, if you are going online, before you think who is the customer that I'm going to connect with, you need to get your social graph right. You need to be likable. You need to be approachable. You need to be responding. You need to be lovable. Sometimes it could so happen that the most valuable customer calls in, but you're not in the mood to talk. That's where you need to have your social graph right. Who you are, what you do, what others say about you. These are all important, right? Because there's something called people would check out online about you before they come and talk to you. Right? So if you are a B2B marketer, gentlemen, the 500 rupees owing guy, I'm talking about you, you need to have your online profile right. Your LinkedIn profile right, you should have a blog which talks about being a thought leader or someone who makes sense to the industry. Those are the things that you need to work on. And this is not so rightly done today. If you were to really be the guy who is talking about a jewelry, you can't keep your own personal brand there. You need to create a profile which will be liked by the target audience of that. Let's say I am a marketer, and probably this will be relevant to you. I am selling adventure sports, and I'm also selling jewelry, and I'm using Ratan KK as a profile to communicate and converse. It will not fly. You need to have two different profiles. It could be Subbarao, scuba driver, or this could be, Gitanjali Iyer. Whatever. You need to create profiles. Therefore, people would be able to take that, and that's something that's not done. And you need to have a human interaction out there. There are a lot of fake profiles get created. So what you need to do is that, hey young lady, I would use your picture for an account that I want to use. I actually need to pay you for it. So that you will not go on social media and say, this brand used my face and my entire digital marketing is gone. You need to put those subtle things in it. One of the things that I push brands to do is get your ideal customer who is actually advocating about you, get her into your marketing team. She does not require to come to office.